appointments of judges. Go read some of the judges that Trump appointed. 10 of them weren't even qualified. They were rated as unqualified. So we can address that. Regard to Clarence Thomas. Clarence Thomas's wife should have been considered an unindicted co-conspirator. It's not about the Federalist Society. She got $600,000 from the Heritage Foundation, and he did.
I apologize. It was the Heritage Foundation, not the Federalist Society.
And all conservative judges are members of the Federal Society, and are recommended by the Federalist Society. And she was somebody who actively did emails. She contacted people. She contacted and wrote emails and said, "You must stop this deal." She was very actively involved. So that is a major conflict. And he did not. There was one case that he did not recuse himself from. He was the only judge who said that the National Archives should not be, or that the court was not entitled to just read all the emails. He was the only judge. It was unanimous other than him. So he never has removed himself, and he never will. So that's that. But most important is all this judge did, he did a temporary injunction. It harmed nobody. It only harmed Trump politically because he said, "I'm going to do this," to his followers. "I'm going to do this." They were in custody. Everybody is entitled, whether we like it or not. They are entitled to hear a judge who has to hear the merits of the case. Because if you didn't and said, "Okay, let him go," there would be another appeal on the other side. And with regard to what Anson said, you know what? I'm not going to tell you that every judge would do that to every liberal. I really don't think you should say that you assume that every liberal judge would make a decision against Trump on an old, archaic law. Thank you.
I just like to suggest one thing, Meryl, a slight correction, and that is Steve's comments don't come in a vacuum. If you look at the chat, which is linked above, you'll see, I don't know whether you actually posted that to the chat. Maybe you should, Steve. I think maybe you posted it to me in a direct message. But there's an article published that accuses the judge of a conflict of interest. Whether that is valid or not, the argument is beside the point. The bigger point is, I don't think Steve is alone, Steve Wee, in believing that. And so, Steve, it would be helpful maybe if you're still in the room to post that to the main chat. And I'm going to go to Wisdom, and we'll try to squeeze Hermes in.
Hey, Gary. Hey, I'm at usdebtclock.org. I'm looking at 43 million food stamp recipients. There's 23 million millionaires. There's 704,000 homeless, which seems really low to me. It says there's 37.5 million Americans living in poverty. The total, they changed it a little bit. But listen, the wealth per citizen is 493,000. The stock market value is 50 trillion. Land market value, 24 trillion. Real estate, 74 trillion. We're an extremely wealthy nation. But when you look at Doge and you see the contracts and the waste that are being spent at the federal government, I'm on Doge on X right now. 18 hours ago.
Edmund, that's not what we're talking about. Can you answer the title of the room, bro? We're not talking about this today.
Everyone had their moment here to speak. If you're not going to let me talk, I mean, I voted for Trump twice. Okay. I'm a Republican. I'm primarying a Republican rhino. If you don't want to let me speak, you're not the super mod. This is Gary's room. He's very tough but fair.
Well, Marshall is correct. We're talking about the president's allegation that federal judges are going too far. And if what you're saying leads into that, that's great, but it doesn't sound like it is, and we are short on time.
It is. Okay, well, let me just finish. What I really wanted to read were a few politics and power maxims and aphorisms to give you food for thought.
No. What do you know?
Okay, Dr. Marshall. Okay, dominate the stage with no intelligence. If you don't want me to try to say what I'm thinking and feeling, then this is censorship. You're a fake Republican, Rhino Marshall. You're a fake. Boom. That's how it goes down. We're primarying the rhinos here. Primary them.